Karine, we've seen some real anger expressed by donors and Democratic officials, sort of how you guys have handled the president, shielding him away from impromptu settings, and denying, excuse me, until last week that there had really been any age-related slippage. So I'm wondering if you guys have had a moment to reflect on that strategy, any regret over it, and if, what you would say to folks who think it's arrogant for there not to be either changes towards that strategy or with some of the personnel that are around the president.
And you're talking about the strategy specifically about who's around the president? Is that what
Well,
you're...
I think it's two parts,
Yeah.
right? One is a kind of small, concentrated group of aides that have been with the president for a very long time, and the other is sort of systematic decisions to shield the president from the impromptu moments that we've seen in previous administrations, whether it's press conferences or interviews or, just being out in public more frequently.
I mean, look, a couple things there too. This year, the president has done more than 40 interviews, and unscripted, right? Those interviews are unscripted. He has done more than 500 gaggles, right? Of course, unscripted, talking directly to many of you. No, let me just finish. And so he enjoys doing that. He enjoys engaging with all of you, and we're going to continue making sure that happens. I will say this. Obviously, this is a president that was a senator for 36 years. He was a vice president, as you all know. I'm just repeating things that you all know, for 8 years. And so he has long time, advisors that have been here with him for a long time. I don't think that's unusual. He also has people who are new to the administration that also advise him. Look, I've been in meetings with the president where it's been a diverse group of people, and he sees us, and he knows the reason why we're sitting in front of him is that we have something to share, and he wants to hear from all of us. I've heard him say, "Hey, what do you think? What do you think?" And so my experience has been that world is indeed open. And that he does get to hear from a diverse group of people. That has been my experience. But it is not unusual for someone who has been around for that long of time to have a group of people that's been around him for a minute, right? And I think that makes sense. There's nothing about that is nonsensical. That actually makes sense. And we're going to continue to get him out in front of all of you to take your questions at a steady drumbeat.
You mentioned NATO, and I have
Yeah.
two questions. One's
Sure.
just a logistical one, which is you mentioned the press conference.
Yeah.
Is that going to be kind of the real big boy press conference that we're used to?
Did you say
or
big boy press conference?
like one of these 2 and 2s that might be a little more limited.
So I believe, and I know you guys are holding me to it, I believe it's a solo press conference. We'll certainly have more to share with all of you as we get closer to next week.
More thematically,
We support the big boy.
Yeah, I'm about to say, big boy Justin over here
Yeah.
is asking some big boy questions. Okay.